Well, if some of you were wondering what happened last week and why I didn't upload, the reason why is kind of like right here. So what happened was this tire decided to pop on me on the road. So I had to order new tires, and that's what I'm still waiting on. So this just kind of like sits there for now, and right now I just got a steely on my car right now. But yeah, that's kind of what happened. So that's why I didn't upload last week, because I kind of ran out of money. So today we're gonna probably just work on the interior, take some of it out. Also, we're gonna figure out where that water is coming from, because last week it was raining pretty bad, and water was just dumping in the back of my truck, and I'll show you in a second. But we gotta find that. Also, there was a leak in my combustion chamber, which you probably saw last episode with the valve cover. The spark plugs were basically drenched in oil, and I looked down into the combustion chamber and it was just filled with oil. So I gotta get like a some sort of suction thing, whatever, and get all that oil out, because all of the seals are replaced now. So let's move on to working on the car. Alright, so last episode, I didn't show this, but this piece kind of just fell off when I was searching for the water. It just kind of plopped off. So I kind of just removed it. So now that that's off, it looks hideous. So I just figured, why not just remove everything, including the seat belts, and taking some of that water out back so it doesn't rust over again. Alright, so I have no idea really what I'm doing back here, but I'm going to try to remove the screws. So I'm going to try to figure out a place to put the camera, because these two seats are in the way. So, gotta make some room. Alright, so I kind of removed a little bit of the screws. I'm going to try to pry this thing open, see if I have any luck. Oh, looks like it's one sticking out. And there's the speaker. Gotta change. We should probably change these. These are really old. Get some nice bassy speakers for when we're in the car. Looks like it's still held on by some pieces. Some pieces back here. I have to look. Or maybe right there. Do all that back there, and hopefully this thing will come off. Well, now that we took all the screws out and all the bolts, this thing's ready to come out actually. It'll just come right out. It's all floppy right here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out, and I'm going to do the other side next. Alright, it is now off. This is actually the first time I've ever done this, and it looks a little weird, I must say, for the first time taking it off. You can just see basically everything and how the car works. I see rust. I see rust. No. It's not too bad. How did rust even get in there? What? I'm guessing those are the side moldings right there. Wow. You can really see how they made the car. It's kind of cool. But I'm going to go ahead and remove this because there's no room back here. I'm going to clean up the water so I can work on the other side. And then, alright. Now I'm going to get that water up so I can work on this side right here. Take this off. Probably going to remove the seat belt since no one's ever going to sit back here ever again. So probably take those off too. But first I'm just going to go ahead and soak up this water and then go ahead and move on. Alright, so now that we're on this side, I'm just going to go ahead and give you a brief overview of like what you're supposed to do to take this off. It's not really like complicated or anything, you just gotta know where to find the bolts and everything. But in that little tube there's like a 10mm. I think that's the only one for this side. And then there's just like a bunch of screws right there. Just like a bunch everywhere. You just gotta find them. It's like one right there, maybe something in there. I don't know. But that's basically it. And then you plop off that speaker cover, and then it kind of just clips off all the way around up top. Just clips off. So once you take all the screws out, you kind of just pry it open, and then it just kind of falls off onto the floor right here. So that's pretty much it for this. It's not really complex or anything, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it right now. Alright, as I was taking this off, I wanted to tell everyone that anybody who does this, there's a little secret 10mm right there under the strut cover on the driver's side. So whenever you're taking this off, you want to take that one out too, or else you're not getting this thing out. As you can see, it's bolted right to the chassis, so just wanted to state that before, you know, I go ahead and take it off. But after that, you know, it should just pop right out. I think I took all the other screws out except for that bolt hidden inside of there. Once I get that out, it should just pop right off. Alright, so now that everything's pretty much out, it's ready to come out, except for that light. That's the last thing I think that's holding this whole thing on. It's connected to a wire that runs all the way down, so I'm going to go ahead and disconnect that wire from the back. It should just, you know, a simple click and pull it out. It should be done. Once that's over with, this will all be ready to come out. Alright, now that all the panels are removed, it looks like a complete mess back here. I'm going to go ahead and remove the seat belts now. I think they're 15. I got a 15. Let's see if it works. Yeah, I'm guessing it's 15. So we're gonna go ahead and take these low ones down first, or the low seat belts, and then we're gonna move on to the high. There's literally like one right there, and then one right there. So it'll just come right out. Yeah, that's pretty much it to the seat belts. All right. Well, the rear passenger seat belt is now off, so are the bottom two. It's really interesting actually how they like made the seat belts onto this car. There's so many hidden bolts and everything. It's really weird. I'm gonna probably show you on this one, because you wouldn't think that there's this many bolts holding this one seat belt alone in. It's crazy. There's like I said, one down here, one right here. And I was like, okay, that's it. Nope. You got another one hidden right here under the paper. You got another one up here in order to take this off. It's just crazy. And then I think there's another one back here somewhere. I think, I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, it's like 4 or 5 screws just holding this one seat in. And I guess that's why they call it a seat belt, for safety. It's bolted in really well so you don't, you know, die. But nobody's sitting back here ever, so. Plus, some of you are probably asking, well, why are you removing all this stuff in your car? You're just removing it because I thought you were moving it because, you know, deliveries and pizza. And now I'm removing the panels because I'm having something put back here, and I kind of need to remove the seat belts in order for it to, well, bolt up to the car. So that's why I'm removing the seat belts and the panels, because without that I can't put what I want back here. So 15mm bolts all around, and then the top one I think is just a 10mm. So just for reference, all 15 except for 10 right there. Alright, so now I just removed one of the speakers from the front. They're making like this really weird like tapping sound whenever the bass hits in my car. So I'm just going to take these out, put these in my other car, and we're just going to swap them. It's really simple. I've seen online some people say you have to take off the whole entire door panel, and I think that's just kind of like a waste of time. You can just kind of, you know, just pop out the grill, which like looks like this, and it kind of sits over right there in front of the grill, so you just pop it out. Alright, so here we are, my 2000 GS, my first car. So we're gonna go ahead and remove these front speakers, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do this side since it's on the left side. So it's really simple. You just gotta get a flathead screwdriver. We're just gonna pluck it. We're just gonna pluck it right out of there. Take that speaker off. All right, now the cover's out. So those are the 3 screws. I already took out one right there. There's the next one right there, and then the last one is way up there. but don't worry, you can get to it with a screwdriver, no problem. All right, and there we go. It is, it's out. It's really that simple, guys. All right, let's go ahead and put this one in my other car. All right, I went ahead and just fast forwarded a little bit and did it myself and just swapped them over. I'm probably gonna end up just buying some aftermarket ones because, you know, OEM just isn't the best. Also, probably gonna get some rears while I'm at it since, you know, they're just right there. Really easy to just unscrew and then just swap in some new ones. So I'll do that probably later. But yeah, that wraps up doing the speakers. Also, I wanted to point out that in the rear, the sound deadening is starting to crack because of the rust. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to just peel some of that off. I guess that's less work I have to do in the future. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel some of this stuff off in the back, and maybe we'll do some more next video. Alright, so I kind of got a little carried ahead myself and just started to like remove basically all the sound deadening that I could. And I mean, it only took me like 5-10 minutes because everything was kind of like ready to come off. So it wasn't too time consuming, but I mean, I just started taking big chunks out and they're all under there. So now I have to get rid of all this sound deadening, and we still have a lot more to go. So yeah, I'm probably not going to take the ones under the carpet. I don't want to do that much work. I know this is a pain because it's so much right there, but I just want the back pretty much to be all cleared out of the way because it's gonna have a little work done to the back. So probably gonna leave the front just the way it is now, maybe add black carpets in it. But that's pretty much it for the sound deadening. I'll probably start doing more removal probably like next video maybe. Alright, I figured I'd show you guys my tires. Nothing special, but I just got them because the ones I currently have on them are really old. I think they're from around 2004, so that's not good. This one actually blew on me, so that's why it's off the car. But these are, hold on, let me flip it over. They're Kumho Etsa PA31s. They're like just regular tires, you know. But the reason why I got them was because they perform really well in the winter season. So that's what's kind of up next. So I kind of got these. Also, they're good for just, you know, just traction. So they're better than the Yokohama Avid T4s. So I figured I'd step it up a little bit. And then probably around the summertime, I'm gonna get some Bridgestones or some Falcons or something like that. All that shiny darkness around this spark plug is oil. And there's a lot of oil down there. This one is actually really clean. But 2, 3, and 4 all still have oil in them. So I was using a turkey baster or baster or however you pronounce it, I don't know. And I was kind of like slowly taking it out one by one in this. And it wasn't really as effective as I thought it was. Good thing it's like only like $1 or $2 at Walmart. But I'll probably get like a little straw or something to really get in between the spark plug, because when you stick that down there, you know, it doesn't fit. So it only fits about halfway, and I don't want oil getting into the, you know, the engine block itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably get a straw and some stuff later on and take it out. But that's like a really good way. Or if you have a suction gun, get that. Whatever works. But you know, there's really no point in doing this unless you know, found the leak on your car. You know, there's no point in taking it out because it's just gonna go right back in anyway. So just make sure your valve cover and your tube seals are all replaced, and you should be good. And you might want to just get new spark plugs and spark plug wires while you're at it. Alright, so that wraps up episode 4 of Project Integra. I know it wasn't much. I'm just waiting for a bunch of parts to come in all at once, basically. They're all taking forever, so I'm just trying to keep videos constantly uploading every Sunday for you guys. So just stay tuned, and if you have any questions or whatever, just leave them down in the comments. I'm going to answer them, of course. Just to give you like a little heads up, for next week, it'll probably be something dealing with the sound deadening and just some prepping for the back, because it's probably all going to get painted. But I want to just get everything straightened out of the way for the back, because once that sound deadening comes up, we're gonna just get right into it and just start sanding and painting. So that's pretty much all about the back. Maybe I might do a review on the PA31s if anybody's looking for a certain type of wheel for their car. And we're also probably going to do something with the gauge cluster right here. I might get a new gauge cluster. I'm not sure which one I want, but yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.